the eventually transformation, the regardless of the procedures and the efficiency in the different regardless and its involvement in the participation for their working capacity for their neutralization. It is the scope and its efficiency, which is the neutral efficiency, which is the guidance and its procedure about the referrals and its institutional association for the deterministic and its part of the approach, the navigation of the society which have the coordination and its advantage, the role in its regulatory for their influential part of the approach and different deterministic and its institutionalization. We have just tried to influential association in different growing and its influential part of the approach and different regardless of the prosperity for their greater efficiency and its role and its regulatory for their challenges, which is the influential association and its different regardless of the prosperity. How to the defining and its associate. How to the defining and its association for their regardless and its prosperity for their institutionalization and its growth, which is the reluctance for their ideologically and its socially and its economically procedures about the configuration of the society, the different advantage and its resources about the constitutionalization and its coordination, which is the referendums for their institutionalization. It is the regardless of the procedures and गर्मी गर्मी हो रहा है. It is the regardless of the procedures about different role and its different role and its regulatory advantage for their sequence of the society, which is the comprehensive advantage and its social and its evolving for their greater efficiency. How to the determining which is the cooperative advantage and its socialization, the effective for their transaction of the society, which is the comprehensive and its social and its emancipation of the all about their resilient structural and its balance for their society and its comprehensive and its social and its emerging for their society, which is the comprehensive for their social and its evolving for their challenges and its comprehensive the determinations and it's all about the referrals for their ecologically prosperity for their institutionalization, which is the gesture of the society and its comprehensive advantage for their social and its evolving procedures. It is the deterministic and synthetic part of the approach, the gradually a transition of the society and its a technology association, which is the happening in near futures, and it will be procedures for the different role and its defining for their transformation and its core for their effective and its resilient structural. It is the happening of the social and emancipation of the society, which is the comprehensive and its socialization, which is the role in its regulatory for their advantage and its resources about their fundamental nature and its socialization, which is the cooperative and its social and its emancipation of the society, the comprehensive and its socialization, which is the greater efficiency. How to the deterministic and it's all about the favorable condition and its role, which is the comprehensive advantage for their determining and it's associated for their practices of work, the phenomena of the structural and its resources about different growing and its influential association. But it will be very short about the growth, which is a favorable and its condition about the role and its regulatory for their challenges. It is the cooperative advantage for their socialization and its gradual responsibility for their challenges. And इससे साला बच्चा कितना चिल्लाता है. It is the cooperative advantage for their socialization, which is the role and its regulatory, the happening of synthetic part of the approach and its gradually responsibility. It is the fundamental nature of the society and its fundamental and synthetic part of the approach, the cooperations and it's all about their phenomena of the structure, the role in its regulatory for their challenges and scope efficiency. We are just determining for the phenomena of the structural, the regulatory and transaction of the society, which is the synthetic and its part of the approach. Different practices will be emerging and it's impactful for their surrounding, which is the ecosystems, which is regulatory and its afforestation synthetic approach. 4 बार वीडियो को पॉज कर चुके हैं. इसका रीज़न यही है कि 4 बार कोई ना कोई आया, कोई ना कोई गया, कोई आ रहा है, कोई जा रहा है, उधर बच्चा चिल्ला रहा है. क्या करें यार, कोई बात नहीं, काम नहीं रुकना चाहिए. It is the determining for their phase and its influential association for the different regardless, and it's a prosperity for their association in its a different responsibility, which is the greater effective for their challenges. The cooperative advantage and its surveillance for their society. It is the comprehensive advantage, which is the determining and its phase efficiency, which is the regulatory and its transformation for the ideologically, which have the phenomena and its a gracefully responsibility. Well, it is the procedures about their happening and it's all about their phenomena of the structure. The greater efficiency, which is the reluctance for their ideologically and it's part of the approach, the defining and its association for the synthetic structural. It is the procedures about the greater efficiency and its role and its regulatory advantage for their surveillance for their desirable concept about their lateral efficiency. How do the navigation of the society and its procedures about their greater challenges and its cooperative advantage. The defining and its association for their different regardless and it's all about their phenomena of the structural. It's a functional and it's a greater role and its challenges for their happening in societal part of the approach. How do the navigation to society, which is the core values and systematic way of the ideologically, and it's growing for their efficiency and it's a greater efficiency. The procedures about the role in its regulatory for their challenges, which is happening in different phase and its efficiency. It is the deterministic and its role for their graceful transition of the society, which is the procedures. How do the different role in its regulatory. It is the transition for it is the transition for the socially and its economically, which is the implementation in politically deficiency, socially emancipation, and its structurally and its methodologically working capacity. The sensitive for their association and its structural for their fundamental in its nature for their convenience part of the approach. The greater efficiency. How do the navigation of the socialization and its a greater role in its regulatory for their transition of the society. It is the defining and its association for their greater role and its evolving and its part of the approach, which is the greater role for their regulatory and transition for their evolving and its a greater efficiency for their regulatory of the transformations. How to the navigation and it's all about their phenomena of the structural. The phenomena of the structural and its synthetic part of the approach, the greater efficiency and its core and its efficiency for their challenges. How to the navigation of the society, which is the immersing and its emancipation of the practices of work, a different role in its regulatory competitive advantage and its synthetic for their structural. It is the regulatory and its advantage for their challenges and its capacity for their neutralization, which is the growth and its orientation for their social in its evolving process. But long story short, it will be happening in different waves and its emancipation of the working and its capacity for their practices and its institutionalization. It is happening in different socially and its emancipation of the working condition, the procedures which is the happening of the all about their phenomena of the structural. The role in its regulatory for their defining and its associations for their challenges, the capacity for their neutralization, which is the growth and its effective part of the approach. It is the surveillance for their society, which is the comprehensive advantage, and it's all about their phenomena of the structural, and it's a regulatory for their challenges for their capacity and its neutralization, which is the procedures and its effective for their challenges. How do the defining and its association. पता है मैं ऐसा देख रहा हूँ कि ये देख रहे हो कितना बड़ा सर्किल बढ़ते जा रहा है. लग रहा है कि एक दो साल में हम भी हो जाएंगे एकदम सफ़ेद सफ़ेद प्लेन प्लेन हो जाएंगे. It is the regulatory for their challenges and its capacity for their neutralization, which is the growth and its orientation for their society, which is the happening of all about their phenomena of the structural. The phenomena of the structure of the society and its fundamental nature and it's all about their procedures. The greater regulatory and its challenges, the capacity for the neutralization and its growth efficiency. The phenomena of the structural and it's all about their growth and its surveillance for their cooperative and its constitutionalization authenticity for their desirable of basic structural and its convenience part of the approach, which is the emancipation of the society and how to the revolutionizing the process and its a greater effective. बस इतना ही रन लेते हैं यार, इतना गर्मी हो रहा है ना, गर्मी तो यार डेली होता है यार, ठंडी में ठंडी लगता है गर्मी में, लेकिन यार आज बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी हो रहा है। चलिए, घर में अंदर ज़्यादा हो रहा है।